The Rush, sponsored by State Farm. Welcome to another episode of The Rush. As always, I'm Danny Fry, and this week's episode we have baseball highlights at Rochester, along with 2 soccer highlights, including Tuesday night at SHG. Of course, there are more Rush features where that came from, so to get all that in, let's start the program and bring in Glenwood catcher Jonah Bell here to be a guest anchor for when the Titans played their makeup game against Rochester. Jonah, thanks for coming up.
No problem.
So, had a lot of makeup games still. You have 3 more left, Lincoln and Lanphier, 2 more to go, or 3 more to go on that in them. But describe playing those makeup games, playing a lot of games in a row.
It's really not that easy playing this many games in a row because we don't have that much pitching this year. We got about 4 good pitchers, like main pitchers, and it's just really hurting our pitching staff. That's about it.
All right, well, let's go into the highlight one of the makeup games, just I believe a couple days before against Rochester. This is after you guys won 5-4. This is on Saturday morning. Michael Gabauer, you were the catcher, had his stuff working, strikes out Garrett Dooley, who's heading to Wisconsin for football. Had his stuff working there. Jake King was on the mound for Rochester, and right here, describe, you just got a pitch to hit, and that's a 2 RBI single down the left field line.
I was just trying to get a pitch to hit down the line to get the runners in to score.
And that's all you did right there. Instantly 2-0 Titans. And then about the same spot, Jack Atterbury at the top of the lineup. 2 more runs come in to score. 4-0 Titans at that point in the top of the 2nd inning. And you guys weren't done. You guys like to score in clumps this year. That's when you guys have done the best. King again fires the pitch, and Nick Maton again that left field line gets by the 3rd baseman. Coming in to score is the courtesy runner Tyler Brown. 5-0 heading into the 3rd inning. At that point, and Michael Gabauer still had his stuff. He's the 3rd starter on this team, and Garrett Dooley fans again to end the inning. Describe how his stuff was working that day.
He was really hitting his spots that day. His changeup was working nice. His curveball was breaking a lot. His fastball was moving pretty well too.
In the top of the 4th, Brian Hobby just reached for one there and is able to crank that ball out of the park for a 3-run homer in the left center field. He just reached for that pitch and it went.
Yeah, pretty much just went straight over the fence. I mean, Hobby's a big guy, so do that all the time.
That made it 9-0 Titans at that point. 14-2 the Titans roll. Gabauer 6 strikeouts. Hobby with that 3-run homer in there. And after that, you guys would go in. Well, the day before you go and play Granite City, but over that week, or stretch from Thursday when you had 2 makeup games, picked up 5 wins in about 3 days. Describe how it was picking up those wins.
It was good to get the wins because like I said before, we don't have that much pitching wise, and the 2 games against Rochester, both our pitchers went the complete game, so we didn't have to worry about bringing in anybody else to pick that up. And then down in Granite City, we had our pitchers pitch both games too. So
Tyler Brown and Brock Thornton did well in the 14-3 final with when Tyler Brown pitched in the 3-2 final when Brock Thornton pitched. And those were good games, good competitive games against Granite City. But then you guys went on the road for a conference game against Taylorville. Let's take a look at the scoreboard of that when the Titans took on the Tornadoes over there. 14-3 the final. Sam Anderson, who recently got called up, plays center field. He had a homer, 4 runs batted in. Max Squibb also had a solo shot as you guys cruised in 6 innings, 14-3. Brian Hobby started for that game.
Yeah.
And his stuff was working. He hasn't really necessarily overpowering people, but he's been able to get the job done.
Yeah, that was one of his best outings in a while because he'd been throwing a lot of stuff in the dirt lately and missing a lot of spots, but he was hitting his spots all day against Taylorville, and it's really helped us out a lot.
And now I guess had one more game Wednesday night against Taylorville at home at South Park. Let's take a look how the Titans fared there. 9-1. Hobby hitting this time. 3 hits, 4 runs batted in. Titans cruise 9-1. Connor Heron had, I believe, 4 perfect innings. And then 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts. You guys go with a very hard thrower in Brian Hobby to someone who's soft in Connor Heron. You know how you guys like to do that. But Heron has really been hitting his spots. He's 6-0 on the year.
Yeah, he's been hitting his spots, and his stuff's moving really well, too. And he really knows what to throw when the counts are
when he needs to, whatever the count specifies, he knows.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And guys, got an Edwardsville tournament. You start out playing tonight, Friday night, against Highland, and then you got Lockport and Edwardsville coming up. What's the outlook for that? It's always great competition down there in Southern Illinois.
Yeah, they got 3 good teams we're going to go up against. We got Gaybauer on Fridays. Hopefully we can get a good win out of him.
Let's get some experience in the pitchers, too.
Oh, yeah. We got to just get our pitchers going. I mean, we've been hitting really well, scoring a lot of runs, so as long as our defense does well, we'll be fine.
All right, thanks, Jonah, and good luck in that Edwardsville tournament.
Thank you.
The baseball team travels to Edwardsville tonight to take on Highland and then face host Edwardsville and Lockport tomorrow. The Glenwood softball team look to keep up their strong start to improve to 14-1 on the season with 2 CS8 games against Taylorville. Let's see how the Titans played in Taylorville, and they rolled in this one 17-1. Miranda Esprim went 4 for 4. Allison Long on the bump. 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. Taylorville also costly 5 errors. And then the Titans played at home at GHS, and they were able to win this ball game 5-0 or 15-0 rather. 5 Taylorville hits, 16 Titan hits. Again, 4 Taylorville errors hurt them. Morgan Tudor 4 hits, 4 RBIs. Bree Egger 2 hits and 2 runs batted in. The Titans softball team also travels south tonight, but will head to Troy to participate in the Triad tournament with games heading into tomorrow. Glenwood sophomore girls discus thrower Ellie Alexander has already broken the school discus record twice. The Rush's Josh Camacho has more.
A triathlete, Ellie has plenty of off-season experience that helps her easily transition into discus.
I think anytime you're an athlete, it's beneficial. I want people to be involved in a lot of different things as opposed to just one. Her being involved in volleyball and basketball both definitely help her.
Well, I'm a multi-sport athlete, so it's kind of like cross-training, and so with basketball it helps me with my upper arm strength to just move around the ring quick enough, and just with quickness and speed and agility, this helps a lot.
Coach Butchers helped fine-tune Ellie's skills, and she makes the little changes that fit her preferences.
Coach Butcher has worked endlessly with me getting my balance right and making sure that my release is perfect, and he just puts so much work into it, and I'm really thankful for him as a coach especially.
I think it's a combination. I think there are some things that I see that she doesn't realize that she's doing, and then when she changes it a little bit, it works for her.
With her original goal to break the school record out of the way, now she only has to focus on the state record.
It feels pretty cool. Like, it was my goal going into high school. I was like, I really want to beat that record, and it's come true, but now I'm looking forward to state and hopefully state record by the time I graduate.
She has a lot of potential, and she could be very competitive in the state competition.
For The Rush, I'm Josh Camacho.
Girls track and field sectionals are right around the corner on May 9th, so Alexander will face some stiff competition there. Let's take our first commercial break of the program, and we'll be right back with girls soccer highlights. All on the way next. Fat Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top walleye and pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, Fat Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969.
Aaron, you're all set.
Great, thanks.
Mike, thanks for doing that discount double check. You saved us hundreds.
What was that?
The discount double check? It's when we comb through your policies and make sure that you're getting all the discounts you deserve.
No, I get that part, but you guys are doing my move.
The discount double check move?
It's my touchdown dance.
So you're a dancer?
No, I'm a quarterback.
Oh, quarterback.
More.
I'm a robot. Get out of here.
Get to a better state, State Farm.
Call Steve Bedford in Chatham for personal service and discounts that you deserve.
The Glenwood girls soccer team had their Titan invite over the weekend and went 3-0 and then played arch rival SHG at West Campus. So let's take a look at the first game Well, let's look at the SHG highlights, then we'll go back to the Titan. Now, here we go. Glenwood versus Morden in the Titan invite, and we'll start off right off the bat. Maggie Julin, not quite off the crossbar, not quite there off the sidebar actually, but the Titans came out shooting early. But then here, Maggie Julin sets it up perfectly for Kelly Graves with the header. What a goal. That was with 16 minutes left in the half. The score was scoreless up until that point, and then 1-0 Titans after the Kelly Graves header. Now in the second half, Kelly Graves is going to set up a header for Abby Clintworth, who headbutts that one in to make it 4-0 Titans at that point. Not too many shots on goal by Morden in this one. In the second half, Titans were able to cruise. Julin able to put another shot on goal, but this one ends up, looks like it hits the net, but it's actually over, no goal. And the Titans cruise 5-0 in the Titan invite opener against the Potters of Morden. 2 goals for Graves, 1 goal for Julin. Now let's hear some post-game sound.
One of the best feelings I've ever had as a creating a goal. On the other hand, it was just a great ball by Maggie Julin. Mentally a tough game because we're rivals, so we're just going to try to finish as many chances as we possibly can.
The Lady Titans play at Springfield High, but they played at SHG earlier, and let's take a look at the highlight. Arch rival SHG, big CS8 matchup. Kelly Graves getting introduced there, and right off the bat, what a save by Morgan Lauer, and Lauer was able to save that one. She played in the first half. Mara Cunningham played in the second half. And another nice save there by the SHG goalkeeper. And then there were relentless here. Abby Clintworth able to set up Kelly Graves. A dagger of a goal there, put the Titans up 1-0 early. We fast forward, it's now dark at West Campus, and this goal gets by Mara Cunningham in the second half, but it was 3-1 at that point. The Lady Titans are still able to cruise in this one. Mara Cunningham able to scoop that one up. And then this one way off target, and that's mainly what hurt SHG. Too many off-target shots. Titans played more efficiently and won 3-1. Abby Clintworth a goal and assist. Kelly Graves with 1 goal. Now let's hear what Coach Leip had to say after the game.
We're going to get everybody's best game, you know, and Sacred Heart, Mike always has his kids well prepared, good game plan, and they're going to play hard. And to their credit, they played real hard and they kept us out. We had some unfortunate luck. The first half hit the crossbar, hit the post one time, and a couple other close chances. Their goalkeeper made a couple nice saves, and that's the way it goes. You have to finish the chances you create, and we finished enough off to come away with the victory.
The Lady Soccer Titans play at Springfield High Tuesday at 5 o'clock in another top CS8 tilt. Many of the top athletes at Glenwood in all sports have received interest to extend their athletic careers in college. The Rush's Erica Moser has more about the recruiting process.
Here at Glenwood, college recruiters come in search of new talent. They found such talent in athletes Daniel Helm, Peyton Allen, Nick Courtney, and Mark Maton.
All the offers I had have been verbal, and they've been over the phone, and so usually it's me going to them.
Augustana College gave me 1 for football and another for wrestling. I had Central College from Pella, Iowa, that sent me 2, 1 for wrestling and 1 for football, and then I also had Illinois College looking at me for football.
Scouts come to certain high school events to offer scholarships and try to lure their picks to go to their college to increase their team's strengths.
Actual coaches that contact you. Usually you'll get that if you reply to the mail, and they'll double check again to see where you're at.
I know I've had 2 for wrestling because they told me that they were coming, and I know of 1 or 2 for football, but I know that a lot of the times at big games like SHG, Springfield High, things like that, a lot of scouts come out and watch, but they won't let you know.
With track it's really easy because all they do is they can get on the internet and they can see what your times are, compare them to anybody else in the country.
Football's a little different than basketball. They're all kind of different. Football, I think, is the latest. They can't really I can't receive calls from them until August.
There's an open period, 2 open periods in the summer for basketball for AAU that they come and watch and they get to see play, and a couple will come to the school and talk to me and watch me in open gym and stuff like that, and it's pretty cool because you see them on TV and then you see them in person. So
The biggest names are probably Michigan, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Nebraska maybe.
I'm favoring Central College from Pella, Iowa for both football and wrestling because it allows me to get my major and my minor.
From the Rush, I'm Erica Moser.
Glenwood Junior tight end Daniel Helm already verbally committed to play football at Tennessee, while Mark Maton, Nick Courtney, and Peyton Allen are still undecided. The tight end boys tennis team had recent competition against SHG and Lincoln. So let's first see how the Titans played against Lincoln. And the Titan boys tennis team won easily, 9-0, but then they would have a tougher matchup with SHG. Let's take a look at those results. Right now, SHG actually upset the Titan tennis team 7-2. Vidur Radaraman, though, in his singles sets, won 6-3. 6-3 also did well in his doubles. The boys tennis team's next match is at Normal West Tuesday at 4:15. Let's take our final commercial break of the day and we'll return with the top 3 and weekly debate with Matt Burkhart and Dane Blakeman. Stay tuned.
Kids, breakfast is ready. Eat up. Your friend's gonna be here pretty soon.
I'll be there in a second.
Have a great day.
My friend's here, I'm leaving.
Be safe. Come home right after school.
Alright, see ya.
Wow, your dads are really looking out for you.
That's not my dad. That's my family's financial advisor, Mr. Sullivan.
Sullivan Financial, looking out for your investments and your family.
Well, Mr. Raji, we could save you hundreds by doing a discount double check.
Not you too, Raji. You're on my team. You know that's my move.
The discount double check?
No, that's my touchdown dance, man.
Here we go again. Sir, you're not even doing it right. Raji, drop it.
Show me what you got, Raji.
What is this?
Come on now. You said you were a dancer.
Where you going, buddy? Come on back.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Call Steve Bedford in Chatham for personal service and discounts that you deserve.
Fat Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top walleye pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, Fat Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969.
Welcome back to the Rush, and this is the top 3. I'm Eric Bucklow. Let's count down the top 3 plays of Glenwood sports this week. Starting with play number 3, Brian Hobby cranks a 3-run home run to put Glenwood up 9-0 at Rochester as the Titans cruise past the Rockets 14-2. Play number 2 Play number 2 takes us to Friday's girls soccer game against Moulton, where Kelly Graves scores the first goal of the game with a nifty header. Glenwood won 5-0, and now the top play of Glenwood sports this week is from Tuesday night soccer game at SHG when Abby Clintworth assists to Kelly Graves with the dagger with the goal to keep pace, and Glenwood passes the Cyclones 3-1. Now let's send it back to Danny for the weekly debate.
All right, thanks, Eric, and we're back here at the news desk here, or the debate guest as it is now, here with Dane Blankman and Matt Burkhart here for the weekly debate. Guys, guys are both on separately before, but I know we've had some great arguments together in the past, so now we'll get to settle some of those right now. Guys, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
What are your thoughts on it, Dane? You're a bigger Illinois. Obviously, Matt's the biggest Purdue fan in the area. Dane, you're an Illinois fan. I have to say I'm more of a bandwagon whenever they're good. I like the Illini, but recently they wanted to renovate the Assembly Hall, and the only way to do that was they got a ton of money donated by State Farm, and State Farm wanted the name changed from Assembly Hall to the State Farm Center, which it is now. Dane, we'll start if you go down to the Purdue bias over there. We'll start with you, Dane.
I mean, of course, the Assembly Hall has been around, I think it was 60 years this year, I believe.
It's been around.
I mean, I think Illinois fans have grown so accustomed to the Assembly Hall and whatnot, and then I think it's going to be tough to move on. But I think anything that can help recruiting. I mean, Illinois has kind of been down in basketball the past, 8-9 years since they made it to the Final Four, so I think anything that can help.
You can either complain about the crappy arena or complain about the name. It's one or the other, because now it should be renovated and should be much nicer. Matt, Purdue fans, you guys have Mackey Arena. Who, how old is Mackey? Is it about?
Oh, it's the first and only basketball arena we've had ever since
it's
basketball
almost
started.
Older than the Assembly Hall.
It's older than the Assembly
You guys have been renovating that, but kept the name. Mackey Arena. But what do you think about the Illinois, or losing any identity here, going from the Assembly Hall to State Farm Center?
Well, as a college basketball fan, I don't mind it as much because, different from Purdue and Illinois. Illinois' Assembly Hall is kind of more of a generic name, where Purdue's is named after the guy who founded the arena.
Sure.
Changing the name, like Dane said, is going to help the recruiting for Illinois, and it's going to make the stadium a lot nicer. I just wish college basketball would turn more to stop, marketing everything, because it's kind of ruined the game eventually, because there's so much money involved in it now. There's so much pressure on the university and everything to produce. So State Farm, makes it look like State Farm had a good investment in this. So. If Purdue did it, I wouldn't be happy. But since Illinois, the Assembly Hall, I mean, even IU stole the name, so it doesn't mean as much.
You're right,
in
Bloomington, Indiana.
So I don't mind the change, but I hope this is one of the last ones we'll see.
Sure. Now, one of the topics that we have debated for a while. Matt, obviously, diehard Purdue fan.
Yep.
Dane and I are both just Coach Bobby Knight fans, and. Obviously, Bobby Knight second in wins to only Mike Krzyzewski, and Gene Cady. I don't even know if he's in the top 10. Matt, you may be able to. He's up there though.
I don't think so.
Didn't coach as long. We'll give him that.
Don't ask him, because he's just going to say
he's just going to
top
lie.
3 already.
Yeah, or something like that. But overall, who had a better coaching career, Bobby Knight or Gene Cady? We'll start with your statement, Dane, and then Matt will have a rebuttal that I'm sure has to do with head-to-head record, but we'll go with Dane.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Bobby Knight won 3 national championships, 2?
I want to say 3.
Okay, say he won 3 national championships.
Undefeated season in '76.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then 1984, he was the head coach of the U.S. Olympic team, so gold medal there.
Yes.
He's second in all-time wins.
Yes.
All of the NBA players he's produced at Indiana for the 20, 30 years he was there. I mean, and Gene Cady, no disrespect to him, but if you go through the halls of Glenwood and you ask every student, okay, who is Gene Cady and who is Bob Knight, I would say about 55% would probably say they knew Bob Knight, and I would say about 5% would know Gene Cady. So I think that answers the question.
That answers the question. Matt, your response for Gene Cady and the hairpiece.
Well, this may surprise you a little bit, but as a diehard Purdue fan, and I knew this question was unavoidable. On a national stage, yes, as Dane put it, Bob Knight has the better record. Has the better complete package.
Gene Cady made it to an Elite 8, and that was
Gene Cady made it to Elite 8. He had a couple good players, Glenn Robinson. He
had a lot of coaches come. I'll give Cady that.
He has built a very nice coaching tree. Kevin Stallings at Vanderbilt,
Bruce Weber,
Lonzo Martin at Tennessee. Bruce Weber was at Illinois, now Kansas State.
SIU as well.
Rick Ray at Mississippi State. So, and there's plenty more. But, he's had...
The Missouri State guy, too.
Paul Lusk. Paul Lusk, he's a good friend of mine from Missouri State. But, and I'm going to throw this little tidbit in here, so everyone at Glenwood knows. Gene Cady has beat Bob Knight more times. It's 22 to 21 is the record.
Okay, but wait a second.
Over
There's
the
an
years.
asterisk there, though.
Over the years, but there's some asterisks in there's some asterisks in those national championships too.
But there's an asterisk with there was a player who came in and was illegal to come in. I forget his name.
He played.
I want to say his last name was Clay, and then they said that win was taken away from Purdue, giving the edge.
Okay. All right. Here's a good point. Okay. People compare LeBron James and Michael Jordan all the time.
Different positions.
Okay, but listen. Michael Jordan only won 3 MVPs. He won 6 championships. LeBron's won, I think, 4 MVPs that will be this year, and he's won 1 championship. But the only thing that's keeping LeBron from being better than Michael Jordan, I think, to everybody, is that he hasn't won those championships. So I think it's very comparable between Gene Katie and Bob Knight.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, well, and I agree with that, but I will throw one more thing in here. One of the national championships that Indiana had, Purdue decided to, this is back when only 1 team per conference made it into the tournament, and Purdue decided that it was finals week, the week that the team was going to leave.
Oh, here comes this story again.
To go to the tournament, and they decided that it would be more important to have the players take their finals, and they declined the invitation.
I don't even know if this is true.
They declined the invitation. And Indiana finished second that year, so Indiana went and they won the championship. I can't remember what year it was, but look it up. It's a true story.
Okay, we'll move on. We will close that chapter and move on. This will be the last question. And how often do you guys pay attention to the NBA? I'm more of a college basketball watcher, but maybe just in the playoffs or in mid or playoffs are in full swing right now, and possibly an NBA Finals prediction. We'll start with Dane and then go down to Matt.
The only reason I pay attention in the regular season is because I'm in a fantasy league, and that keeps my attention,
always does.
All year. But then in the playoffs, I probably watch 90% of the games, but I mean, NBA is just a different, whole different league than college basketball.
A little less important, from game to game.
Yeah.
Matt?
Well, as everyone knows, I'm a big homer no matter what sport it comes to. I'm a huge Pacer fan. Hey, at least I'm staying in the same general area as Purdue. So I'm a big Pacer fan. Right now, they're up 3-2 on the Hawks. I'm happy about that. As far as
Grizzlies are up 3-2 on my Grizzlies.
Yeah,
are up 3-2 on the Clippers.
Well, as far as my NBA Finals prediction as a homer, I'd love to see the Pacers come out. I mean, the Pacers did well against the Heat, which are the prominent opponent in the Eastern Conference Finals.
When LeBron James gets going and he's fueled, he's unstoppable.
I think we can all agree on the Heat. Heat Spurs.
Pacers lead the whole
With Westbrook
NBA.
Out in OKC. Definitely Heat.
Pacers lead the whole NBA in defensive stats, and defense wins you championships. So I think my finals, as being a homer, Pacers.
But who did they have?
And Thunder. I'd love to see that matchup because the Thunder can score and the Pacers know how to play defense.
I'm telling you one thing.
See that matchup.
I'm telling you one thing. The NBA don't want that.
No, the NBA wants the Heat in there with Spurs.
Against anybody. And Heat versus anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Because then they could have anyone against the Heat. That's the hot topic.
Yep.
The Pacers would be a feel-good story, kind of a Cinderella of the NBA, even without Danny Granger. I mean, Paul George, David West, Roy Hibbert stepping up. I mean, who
LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh.
Story, but that won't happen. Or Chicago if Derrick Rose ever, gets back to full swing.
It ain't happening, buddy.
That will not happen.
That dog don't
I hope the Bulls fail.
All right, well, let's end it there. Dane and Matt, thanks for coming on.
Thanks. No problem.
Good debate here. That's it for this week's episode of The Rush. Baseball is down in Edwardsville over the weekend, while softball is down at Triad as well. That's it. The bell's about to ring. We gone.